Hello and praise the Lord. I'm Pastor Fred Ledbetter, Senior Pastor of Mat-Su Christian Center Church of God. We're located in Wasilla, Alaska. Sunny, nice, vibrant, green Wasilla, Alaska. We're part of what you would call the Matanuska-Susitna Valley, which is why we're called Mat-Su Christian Center. Our goal is to reach everyone across this valley and then go outside this valley into the other parts of the world. But first we have to do just that. We have to reach those people in this valley. Right now our church is running roughly about 80 to 100 members, and we have the capacity to run almost a 300 member church. We have a great heart to do that, but unfortunately we don't have the space. Let me take that back. We do have the space, but some of it is undone. And what I'm coming to you about today is for help to get the proceeds or the capital or the resources, if you will, to help us finish our space. We have an 8,400 square foot space, but 4,200 square feet of it is not finished. Currently, we only have a sanctuary and a foyer, and that will do for right now. It's been helping, and we've gotten to roughly about 85 to 100 members that way. But we'd love to put the word out and tell everyone to come. However, if we did that right now, so many families in Alaska have a lot of children. They're big families here, and we don't have any spaces for their children. Children are the ones we really want to make sure get the gospel. I think we can understand today that children have a great need to hear the gospel. There are a lot of hurting children in our country today, and a lot of hurting parents and a lot of hurting families. But I would really like to make sure that I have a place for their children to come and learn about Jesus Christ. So what I want to do today is give you a walkthrough of my church and show you the work that needs to be done. And once I show you that work, prayerfully you'll have the heart to help us to get to our goal of $200,000 to finish our church and to be able to provide ministry to this great area. God bless, and I'll see you back in a few minutes when we get inside. Hey guys, here we are inside. Again, like I said, we have a beautiful facility upstairs, half of the facility, which is half of the facility. We have a sanctuary, we have a foyer area. Right now, I just came in the front door, and this is the foyer area. And the foyer area is pretty good size. Our congregation of about 85 to 100, they make their way through these doors and they come through the foyer area. When they come into the foyer area, sometimes they may need to stop in the restrooms. And just to kind of show you our restrooms and some of the work that's needed there, the restrooms are relatively finished. They're almost finished. Matter of fact, they're finished. They have full plumbing working in them. But we need to get rid of this. We need to put in a divider, real divider. Right now, this is not regulation. If a guy who came in that was above 6 feet, he would really hit his head here, and that wouldn't be good. And we currently have a shower curtain up for the sake of privacy, and this just doesn't create good security for a person using the restroom. Guys, we also only have a single sink in this bathroom, and we would love to have double sinks so that when congregants come in, they don't have to wait in line just to wash their hands. Coming back out of the restroom, of course we have, again, back onto the foyer area, but as we go across over here, and that was just one restroom that I showed you, just to kind of give you an idea of the restrooms, but as we go across over here, guys, we have what we would call an office space, and this office space is a pretty good size. Not a lot of work is needed to be done in here. This is a good office space. In the future, this is going to be sort of a clerical room or a conference room for members of the board or certain ministry groups to meet and to work out ministry events. And so that's what this room will be for. Right now, this small room is being used for our children's ministry. And we currently have a lot of children. We have more than 20 children in our ministry right now. And it's very hard to get them all in this one small room. So some of the children have to actually be in the sanctuary and miss out on Sunday school because there's no room at the table, unfortunately. When we get downstairs, I'll give you a chance to see the unfinished space, the space that's undone, and give you an opportunity to be able to understand why we really need the downstairs finished. Next, we have what we would call our nursery. And this nursery is actually supposed to be the pastoral office in the future. But right now it's being used as a nursery. And if you notice, it's a pretty small room, guys. If you think about most churches today with large families, any family in our church, any given family in our church has roughly about 5 children at the least. And so if you think about 3 families coming in with 5 children each, that's 15 children in this room. This can get pretty crowded. We don't have a lot of assortment of things for the toddlers and for the different ages. We'd love to be able to do that, and we'd love to be able to spread them out a little bit more. And so this room right now is a little tight. At some point, the room will need to be able to get changed out a little bit for pastoral office, but right now, this is working as our nursery, and as I said before, it's a little tight. There's also a need to get more of a security door where you have glass in the windows so that you can look in and you can see your child while your child is in nursery with the nursery school teacher. Well, let's go make our way into the sanctuary, which really is a beautiful sanctuary. The Lord really blessed us here. Our sanctuary can hold just about 200 people right now. It can max out at 300. That would be very crowded. But right now at about 200 comfortably. We have great services here right now. Not too much needs to be done in our sanctuary. There are some audio visual, some technical things that we would like to instill and put into our ministry here. But for right now, this is doing just fine. The biggest project right now is what I'm going to show you in a few minutes, and I think your eyes will really open wide. Right now, this is only 4,200 square feet of the building, roughly half. But we're getting ready to go downstairs, and that's where our real challenge is. That's where our $200,000 goal is going to go toward, and that's where we really need your help. See you downstairs. All right, guys, so what you're seeing me do right now is I'm getting ready to descend downstairs. I'm taking the staircase. To let you know, when we first moved into this building, this hole for the staircase wasn't even cut. When we first came into this church, it was just a top and a bottom. We literally could not get to the downstairs from inside the building. We would have to actually go out the building and walk around in order to get downstairs. So now, of course, we have the steps that have been cut. And these steps were cut a few years back. We had some help from City Light Church in Georgia. They came, they gave great donation to us, really blessed us, and we love those folks there. They came in, did a lot of work, and so a lot of this work that you're going to see, they did a lot of it. They really helped us out. They helped us frame out the downstairs, so a lot of that work that you will see, they did, and they helped us out. They really blessed us. We've been trying to fundraise ever since that time. It's been almost 4 years now. You're probably wondering, well, then what took us so long to do a GoFundMe video? And you know, that's a great question. And really what we were doing was we were just really waiting on God. And the Lord gave me an inspiration to do this video. Didn't get the inspiration before. We were trying to raise the money on our own. We were really trusting the Lord, and we raised a good amount of money. We were able to do some repairs, we were able to do some things. But the bulk of what we really need to do, we really need the help of everyone else who has a heart for Christ and has a heart for the gospel going out into the rest of the world. So just want to share that with you. But these steps were put in by the City Light Church. These handrails were donated by one of our members. He did an awesome job here. But again, as we descend and you get a chance to see this next space that we're going to show here in a few minutes, I really think your eyes are going to pop and you're really going to wonder, wow, how much ministry could they do in that space? There's so much opportunity once we walk through this door down here. So, guys, I'm getting ready to walk through the door here, and as we step out into this space, I really, really want you to be surprised. And so it doesn't look like much until you get in here. But now, as soon as you step in here, you're going to be able to see how big this space is. This is the other 4,200 square feet of our building. And so this big expansive area here, this big open area, is what would be our fellowship hall. This is where all of our congregants would come together. Right now, unfortunately, our congregants can't get together after service. We really don't have our own space to get together. We can only come to church for the sake of service. There really is no collective place for us to come and just get to know each other, just to get to talk about the sermon that we heard or get to love on each other. And that's one of the biggest things in churches. One of the most important things is for people to come and hear from each other. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing, sister? And for people to share, well, this is going on in my life, and I need prayer for this, and I need prayer for that, and would love to be able to connect with you. And so this would be a great place for connection, but right now, unfortunately, it's unfinished. And so our goal, again, is to get this place finished so that people can begin connecting. As we move down this way, we're going to start passing our classrooms. This is our biggest classroom. We have 4 classrooms all together. This classroom, we left it as a double space. We thought about youth ministry, and the reason why we thought about youth ministry is because usually churches have large youth ministries or large children's ministries. Either way, we thought about our young people, and we felt like we needed to let two of the classrooms stay connected and become one big classroom. So in the future, what we'd like to do is put a false wall, an accordion wall down the middle, so we can always open this up for a large group, or we can split it so that way if we need 2 classrooms, again, we can have 4 classrooms total. That's what we currently have. Right now, we're running it like we have 3, 1 large classroom and 2 smaller rooms. This would be the classroom for those of the kids that are toddlers, and then this would also maybe be the classroom for our youth ministry. We're still working on that decision, but either way you go, whichever group is larger, this would be their room. And so this is 2 classrooms together. We move to the next classroom here, and this next classroom, if you notice, is a whole lot bigger than what we had upstairs. This classroom is going to be able to hold a lot more kids and give a lot more opportunity for instruction and a lot more opportunity for the kids to connect and fellowship. This classroom gives a teacher a lot more opportunity to kind of see what's going on. And again, we have a larger space out here. If the teacher needed to have a larger space to work with the kids, she can always move them into the larger fellowship area and use that as a classroom area as well. We have one more classroom. In this classroom here, roughly about the same size as the last classroom that we were in, but again, more great opportunity for instruction. If you think about it, if a church does not have classrooms, it means that it really does not have the opportunity to disciple. Most discipling is done outside of the service, outside of the sanctuary. Most discipling is done, believe it or not, in your fellowship areas and in your classroom. Most connecting, most deep study of the Bible, most talking and conversing over the things of Christ happens outside of the service. If you think about it, the service is going on. Who's really talking about it at the time? But when we get out, we want to be able to discuss it. And this is the place for discussion. This is the place for connection. This overall area here, which is the largest part of the church as far as being unused, this unfinished area would be the area where we would come together and we'd have meals together. Right now, we do a Thanksgiving meal, and we have to rent a facility outside of our church, which costs us a lot, but we have to rent a facility, and that facility costs just about as much as it cost us to pay our mortgage every month for that one time, just for us all to meet together. And that's because of the local area that we're in. It's a bustling city, it's growing, and so costs are going up. And so it costs us a lot just to go and meet somewhere else where we have to pay a fee to sit and eat as a church. We don't even have the space in our own church to eat together. And so we would really love to be able to finish so that we can be able to do that. As I keep moving towards the back of this space, these openings that you see here go back into our kitchen area. And we don't have any light back there right now, so I won't be able to go all the way back there. It'll lose me a little bit. But if you look through this space here, this is a pass-through that would go into our kitchen area and would be a serving area. And so everything you see from this space on back would be the kitchen and the dry pantry. In Alaska, there's an opportunity for us to be on what you call a roadkill list for the moose. And so if moose are hit, they can process the meat, and then we can go and pick it up, and we can put it into a freezer, and we can feed many families in this local area. If we don't have our pantry, and we first don't have a freezer in our pantry, we can't hold any moose meat, and we couldn't be a blessing to anybody in the local area. If we can get finished, and we can get our kitchen finished, we can certainly be a blessing to people in the community that may not have enough to eat. And we certainly have a lot of those people in our community. We're located in a great community. We're located in an area where there are families of all different economic levels. But the greatest thing is that we want to be a blessing, and we can't be a blessing if we're limited ourselves. And so we're praying that our limits are lifted and we're able to be a blessing to others. We're moving here, and we have some storage space here. This storage space is really where we're going to kind of house a lot of our seasonal stuff. As you can see right now, there may be some Christmas things in here. There may be some things in for the fall season. But this is a lot of stuff that we will use to transition our church from season to season, and so we store a lot of those things in here. Moving further back, we're going to go back to our bathroom area. Again, you can notice that this area is huge. It's a lot of unused space. Could you imagine having been in a building for 4 years as a congregation and not being able to use most of your space. So what I'm getting ready to step into now is a women's bathroom. This women's bathroom is, again, unfinished. A lot of the rough-in work has been done, so not a whole lot of work left to be done. Of course, we would need a lot of the hardware that goes on afterwards. But this bathroom is fitted for one toilet and one shower. So these bathrooms will be outfitted with showers down below. The nice thing about this is that we have an organization here in Alaska called Family Promise. And what they do is they help families that have hit crisis points in their lives. Maybe their home has burnt down, or maybe they've been put out of their home for some reason, or maybe they're relocating and they don't have the financial means to stay in hotels. Family Promise helps them get reestablished. Even sometimes if it's a domestic situation and they have to kind of relocate a woman and her children, or they have to relocate children, another family member. Family Promise is the organization that does that. And they look for churches that have a shower, a kitchen, and bathrooms, so that people can stay there and clean up. And so in our church, we like to be open for that. What they do is they give you cots, and you can let people sleep in your fellowship area until they get relocated. Usually it's a night, 2 nights. Sometimes it may be as much as 3 days or 4 days. Of course, if it's extreme situations, they'll put them in a hotel. But usually churches can be a lighthouse in that way. And so we would really love to be able to get our bathrooms going and get them finished. This is our men's side. This men's side, again, is outfitted with one toilet and one shower. And once we get that going and get that finished, we'll be able to be a blessing in that way. Just want to bring you back out to the hallway here, and you can just kind of see just from this shot how far from this end of the building all the way down to the double doors, which are at the other end, how big and how long. And basically what this is the full expanse of the whole building that you just saw upstairs. From the front door to the back wall of the sanctuary, this is what it is. And so pretty much, as I said before, we have a whole half of a church not finished. Here's another big project that I want to make sure you know about before I leave you today. In here is our mechanical room, and we have a furnace, but here's the unique thing about our building. Right now, because the downstairs wasn't finished, they only saw fit to heat the upstairs. And so this furnace only heats our upstairs, does not heat our downstairs. We need heating in our downstairs. So what we need baseboard heating, and that's kind of where we're going. But we'll need to put in a boiler system. We have a gas line that's already in, and so what we're going to do is run a boiler system that's going to give us baseboard heating. That seems to be the best direction to go. This is our hot water heater. It's not fully put in yet. We did not have the proceeds to do that, but we need to get that done as well. And so this needs to be vented. As you notice, it's already hooked up. It just needs to be vented straight up out of the building. This is one of those that cannot be vented at a 90-degree angle, as some contractors would understand. This one has to be vented straight up out of the roof. Takes a little bit of money to do that work, and we need to get some guys in here to do that. But of course, they need some money to get that done. And so, again, we're looking for help to be able to help us to do that. We really have a heart for the community here in Alaska, and we want to do great work, but the only way we can do great work is with your help. I'm praying that you and whoever else looks at this video, you will see that I'm a pastor that's not about show and not about performance. Guys, this is about as raw as I can be and about as real as I can be. I'm not a guy that's ready to put on the lights and the camera and the action and try to get you to do something that you would be skeptical about. You're welcome to come here and visit us in Alaska. We'd love to have you. You're welcome to ask me for whatever financials that you like to have and like to know about. We are a 501c3. There are no hidden things here at all. Everything is out front, and everything is open, and everything is honest. I can tell you everything that is going on within our ministry if you're interested in helping us out. But most of all, if you're interested in helping us out, don't help us out because you're skeptical of how much money you're going to give for this and how much money you're going to give for that. But just simply help us out because you're just happy to hear that people in another part of the United States or another part of the world are going to be able to receive the gospel of Jesus Christ. And they're going to be able to grow And they're going to be able to grow in tremendous ways that they would have never dreamed of by having Christ in their life. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. And again, I pray that the Lord touches your heart to help us out. God bless, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you.